Hello all, welcome to BlenderWorks. So this is a beginner's tutorial series in Blender. This series will be of 9 easy to follow episodes, and today we are going to learn about the basics of Blender, which is a very powerful tool. It's easy and it's free. So let's get started. So this is the UI of Blender. You can download the Blender from blender.org, and I would recommend you to download the latest version. This is Blender 2.92. You can see the version over here. And as you can see, there are a lot of sections and lot of options. So we will dive into them one by one. So first of all, this is our viewport. As you can see, by default there is a cube, a camera and a light. So if I click on suppose the light, it will highlight over here. This is our scene collection, and we can see all the objects in our scene over here. So currently we have camera, cube and light, these three objects. So we can see them over here. So the area in which the cube is present is called the viewport. If you click on the scroll button of your mouse, you can move freely into the viewport, and if you want to zoom in or zoom out, you can just normally scroll down and scroll up to zoom in and zoom out in the viewport. So this is where we will spend 90% of our time modeling, animating, and everything which we do in Blender will do over here. In the right hand side we have multiple options. So if we click on here, render properties, we have render engine. So basically there are three types of render engine in Blender. The first is Eevee, Workbench and Cycles. We generally use the Eevee and Cycles, and the major difference between both is Eevee is much faster than Cycles, but the lighting options are better in Cycles. We will work on Eevee and Cycles in our next session. And if now we go in object properties, we can see all the properties of our object, for example cube over here, and we can see the location, the rotation, the scale of our object. And then we have modifier over here. So as the name suggests, we can modify a object in Blender. For example, we have so many options over here to modify the object. We will look into this in future session as well. And also we have material properties. This is used to paint or put texture or to put materials in our mesh. So these are few of the options we will be using in Blender. So we have Blender toolbar over here, and if we go to edit and go to preferences, we can see a lot of settings over here. In system we have cycle render devices. So we basically work on two devices, that is CUDA and OptiX. OptiX is amazingly faster than CUDA, and I would recommend you to select that if you have a GTX or an RTX card. And in there the GPU and CPU will automatically be selected. So you have to select in here to render your objects in cycles. The better the GPU card, like 2080 or 3060, the faster your render will be. So I would recommend you to select OptiX all the time. And then we have add-ons in Blender. So you can enable and disable the add-ons, and this is completely free for Blender. So in viewport, if you click on shift and the scroll button, you can move left, right, up and down like this. And you can also move that in here, move the view if you don't have a mouse, but I would recommend you to have a mouse for Blender or for any 3D software. It is very helpful. And if you want to move on X, Y and Z axis, so you can move over here like this. So this is how you work on viewport. And now you can view your viewport in three types. So first is solid mode, which is by default. The second is material preview, which will show you the current material or the texture or your color of the cube. Third is the rendered view. This is the final view of your scene, which doesn't look much right now, but we will work on this. And the fourth is the wireframe. So this one. So this will show you the wired form of your object. Now you can view your viewport in different angles. So if you click on 7 on your numpad, you will see the top view. If you click on 1 and 3, you will see the front view and side view. And if you click on 5, you will see the orthographic view. And if you press 0 on your numpad, you will switch to camera view, and this will show over here camera perspective. And for example, if you don't like this view, you can go into this view and press Ctrl Alt and 0, so your camera will automatically position itself to that view. In the bottom of the viewport, we have the timeline. As you can see, it default starts at 1 and ends at 250th frame. So if I click on play button over here, nothing will happen because we don't have any animation going on right now. And if I click on this button, which is reverse of play, so this will go backwards and our animation will play in backward direction. This button will jump to the endpoint or at first frame, and this button will jump to the last frame, that is 250th frame. And we can change this frame. For example, I want to change this from 250 to 150. So, and now if I click on the jump to endpoint, it will jump to here at 150. We have other options like modeling, sculpting, UV editing, texture paint, shading, animation. So we will look into these one by one in future sessions. You can also change the view of the viewport by wireframe by clicking over here, the solid view, the material view, and the rendered view. So let's work with this cube now. So to scale this object, to make it bigger or smaller, you have to click on S. This will increase and decrease the size of the cube. And if I click on escape, it will go back to its default size. So if I click on just S, this will scale the object in all three directions. But for example, if I want to scale this in Z axis, I'll click on S and Z, so this will scale just in Z direction. Or if I click on S and X, so it will scale on X axis like this. Similarly, if you want to add another mesh, you can just go to add mesh and let's add a cylinder. And let's delete this cube by pressing on delete. We have a cylinder over here. So let's scale this cylinder to Z axis, S and Z like this, or S and Y like this. And now if I want to rotate the object into say x-axis, so I will click on R and X, and for example I want to rotate this on 90 degrees, so I will type 90 and click on enter. So this has rotated the cylinder in 90 degrees. You can see the changes in cylinder by clicking here on object properties, and as you can see we have rotated the cylinder by 90 degrees on x-axis. You can directly put on the values over here if you want, and change the properties of the object. For example, I want to rotate this now at y-axis for 80 degrees. So this has been rotated. So this is how we work on an object in Blender. So as you can see, we have this odd looking lines in our cylinder. We can remove this by right clicking on it and clicking on shade smooth. This will smooth out the object. There are many ways to edit this cylinder. So for example, we are now in object mode. If I click on over here and we can go to edit mode. So this will show you the whole geometry of the cylinder. In edit mode, we have three options. The vertices mode, it will show you the vertices of the cylinder. If we press on 2, we will go to the edge mode. These are the edges of the cylinder. And if we click on 3, we will go to the face mode. So these are the faces in the cylinder. So basically there are three settings. And now for example, if I want to take out this face out of the cylinder, or basically extrude it, I have to press on E, and this will take out that face of the cylinder. We can do it over here. Press on E, in here, click on E, just like this. So as you have noticed, when we press E, by default the Z axis is extruding, but if I want to extrude it in a different axis, I can click on X or Y direction and extrude it like that. So if I click on X, it will extrude in X direction, or if I click again on X, it will go in this direction, this X direction. And for now we will just click on Z and extrude it on the Z axis. And if I want to extrude it again, but with a smaller face now, so let's insert this. So for that I have to click on I. This will insert the faces just like this, and this is a new face now created. So these are the 5 faces present in that after inserting. And if I want to extrude this face, I can just click on E and it will extrude just that part. Or for example, if I want to extrude this, it will extrude just that part. We can also poke the faces. For example, if I click on this face and right click on here, and I can select poke faces. So this will poke the faces and divide it basically into 4. And now you can just extrude it or insert it or whatever you want, play with your geometry. So now if I click on object mode, this will again go to object mode. And as you can see, we have a bit of odd kind of smooth in our mesh. So to remove that, go to this tab, object data properties, and under normals we have auto smooth. So click over here. So this will auto smooth our mesh. So I would recommend you guys to download the Blender and play with the mesh, and I will see you in the next session.